You know that feeling when every single day starts to blend together? Wake up, get ready, go through the motions, repeat. It's like living on autopilot. And at first, routine feels safe. It's predictable. But after a while, predictability turns into monotony, and monotony turns into boredom. And that's when you start to feel stuck, restless, and maybe even a little resentful of the same old daily grind. If you've ever thought, I hate routine, you're not alone. Most of us crave a sense of stability, but too much repetition can trap us in stagnation. We all have habits that keep life organized, but when there's no change, no variety, it starts to feel like life is slipping away in slow motion. Think about it. How often have you caught yourself living the same day over and over, only realizing weeks or months later that nothing really changed? That's the danger of the comfort zone. It feels safe, but it quietly drains your excitement and curiosity. You stop asking questions, you stop chasing adventure, you stop growing, and then one day you wake up and that safe comfort zone feels more like a cage. Here's the truth. Routine isn't the enemy. It's the lack of spontaneity, the lack of challenge, the lack of variety that creates that heavy, tedious feeling. Without new experiences, without sparks of adventure, we don't get the excitement that keeps life vibrant. So instead of thinking about how to destroy all routines, think about how to break free from the parts of your life that have gone stale. When you feel stuck in repetition, the brain starts to downshift. It doesn't need to process much because it already knows what's coming. That's why time feels like it moves faster when every day looks the same. Breaking that cycle is less about flipping your life upside down and more about adding micro doses of change. Try taking a new route to work, eating lunch somewhere different, or even switching up the order of your morning habits. Small shifts inject freshness into the mundane, and the brain lights up with curiosity again. But let's go deeper, because for many people, routine isn't just boring, it can feel suffocating. Sometimes it's tied to deeper issues like fear of failure, limiting beliefs, or even unresolved trauma. For example, staying inside a repetitive lifestyle can feel safer than taking risks. It gives a false sense of control. But if you're listening right now, there's a part of you that already knows you're craving more. You want to expand beyond the predictable. You want to break free from stagnation and step into a life filled with more variety, excitement, and purpose. So, what does that look like in practice? It could mean choosing adventure over convenience. Say yes to something spontaneous instead of defaulting to maybe later. It could mean committing to a passion project you've been putting off, or finally facing that inner resistance that whispers, just stay comfortable. Here's the powerful part. When you introduce change into your life, you don't just escape monotony, you actually rewire your brain. Neuroscience shows that novelty sparks dopamine release. That's the same brain chemical that fuels motivation, focus, and joy. That's why traveling to a new place or starting a new project can feel so energizing. It's not just the activity itself, it's the chemistry of excitement. And you don't need something huge like a cross-country move to get it. You can create that spark with intentional shifts right where you are. Now, I'm not saying throw away every habit or system you have. Routines can help us stay grounded, but the trick is balancing stability with variety. Too much routine equals stagnation. Too much spontaneity equals chaos. The sweet spot is creating a rhythm that supports your goals while leaving space for adventure and spontaneity. That's when life starts to feel exciting again. So let me ask you, where in your life do you feel stuck in the same old pattern? Maybe it's your work, your relationships, your personal habits. What's one small way you could add variety this week? Because here's the thing. If you wait for change to magically happen, you'll be waiting forever. But if you take intentional steps to shake things up, even in small ways, you'll start to feel alive again. And if you're listening and thinking, this is exactly me, that restless energy you've been feeling isn't a bad thing. It's your mind telling you it's time to expand, to grow, to step outside the predictable and into something bigger. It's a signal that you're ready to move past boredom and into excitement. If this resonated with you, stay connected here. This is the space where we talk about breaking free from stagnation, finding variety, and designing a life that actually excites you. And if you know someone who's feeling trapped in their own routine, share this with them. They might need to hear it today. Because life is too short to live on autopilot. And the moment you stop letting repetition define you, the moment you choose change, variety, and adventure, that's the moment life opens up again.